Amid the easing of restrictions, government data shows new cases breached 2,000 for a third straight day. Yesterday, the health department reported 2,605 new cases. That's slightly lower than Saturday's count. Take note, though, that in the past week, our daily COVID numbers already dipped below 2,000 twice before the easing of restrictions in Metro Manila. New cases were even as low as 1,591. That was on November 3rd. With more people allowed out this holiday season, the MMDA wants to make sure traffic is kept in check. Beginning November 15th, mall hours on weekdays will be from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., while on weekends, malls are allowed to open earlier at 10 a.m. And we now talk to Professor Guido David from the OCTA Research Group. Good morning, Professor David. As always, thank you for joining us.
Hi, good morning, Ria.
Now, we're seeing what seems to be like, maybe you might want to call it a roller coaster trend when it comes to the number of daily cases. 3 straight days that we've been over 2,000 cases. What do you think are the reasons or factors for this slight increase? Is it something that we can attribute to the ease of restrictions?
I don't think we could attribute it to the ease of restrictions yet. We might see the results of the easing of the restrictions this coming week. But the 3 straight days above 2,000 cases, it was actually kind of expected. We were expecting a little lower during the middle of the week last week because of the weekend effect and because of the holiday. So testing may have been down a little. But actually, we're not seeing an increase in cases yet. The 7-day average in the country is 2,200. The 7-day average in the NCR is about 400 now. These are actually, amazingly, almost the same numbers we saw last year around this time. So 400 in the NCR and 2,000 7-day average in the whole country. So these are still good numbers.
All right. Now, we're more than a month away from Christmas. What scenarios are we looking at here? If I remember right, last week you were projecting less than 1,000 daily cases by December. Does that still apply now? Are you still forecasting that number? And what are your projections for Metro Manila and the rest of the country for Christmas?
Yes, we are still forecasting those numbers, Ria. So those are still on the table. Of course, minimum public health standards, they'll have to be met and complied because trends can still change anytime. We're not yet forecasting a change in the trend, but it can still change, especially if people are not, careful or not cautious. The reason our numbers are down is because exactly people have been compliant with minimum public health standards and the vaccination has been rolling out smoothly.
Now, we're under alert level 2 here in Metro Manila. I'm sure you've seen the footage either on TV or yourself of how much people want to go out and be out and take advantage of the eased restrictions. Do you think this will affect the number of cases we'll be seeing in the next couple of weeks?
Maria, I'm happy for some people who have been itching to go out over the past year and a half and finally getting to do so. But at the same time, again, there's a slight concern about minimum public health standards not being observed in some areas, and also the social distancing, and some people are not seem to be wearing face masks. So this is a slight concern. We hope that the trends do not change. Fortunately, the numbers right now are really low, but if we see an uptick in cases, hopefully, we could probably recalibrate some of our strategies moving forward.
Yeah, certainly we want this trend to continue. But Professor, are there any areas within the country that are seeing a steady increase? Any areas of concern we should know about?
Well, right now, most areas are on a downward trend. The only area we're seeing with a spike in cases is in Pudtol, which is in Apayao. But most of the areas are still on a downward trend, especially, for example, the major metropolitan areas.
All right. Hopefully this good news keeps on coming. Thank you very much. As always, OCTA Research Fellow Professor Guido David.